Daniel Jacob Radcliffe is an English actor and producer. He is best known for playing the titular protagonist in the Harry Potter film series based on the novels by J.K. Rowling during his adolescence and early adulthood.
Born and raised in London, Radcliffe made his acting debut at 10 years of age in BBC One's 1999 television film David Copperfield, followed by a cinematic debut in 2001's The Tailor of Panama. At age 11 he was cast as Harry in the series' first film Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and starred in the series for 10 years, starring in the lead role in all 8 films, culminating with the final film in the series Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2, released in 2011. Radcliffe became one of the highest paid actors in the world during the filming of the Potter films, earned worldwide fame, popularity, and critical acclaim for his role, and received many accolades for his performance in the series.
Following the success of Harry Potter, his subsequent roles include lawyer Arthur Kipps in the Edwardian horror film The Woman in Black, famed poet Allen Ginsberg in the independent film Kill Your Darlings, Victor Frankenstein's assistant Igor in the science fiction fantasy Victor Frankenstein, Manny a sentient corpse in the comedy drama Swiss Army Man, technological prodigy Walter Mabry in the heist thriller film Now You See Me Too, and FBI agent Nate Foster in the critically acclaimed thriller Imperium. Radcliffe began to branch out to stage acting in 2007, starring in the London and New York productions of Xmas, for which he received immense praise from critics and audiences alike, and in the 2011 Broadway revival of the musical How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
He has contributed to many charities, including the Demelza Hospice Care for Children and the Trevor Project for Suicide Prevention among LGBTQ youth, which gave him its Hero Award in 2011.
Radcliffe was born in Queen Charlotte's and Chelsea Hospital, London, England. He is the only child of Alan George Radcliffe and his wife Marcia Janine Gresham. His mother is Jewish and was born in South Africa and raised in Westcliff-on-Sea, Essex. His father was raised in Banbridge, County Down, Northern Ireland, in a very working-class Protestant family. Radcliffe's maternal ancestors were Jewish immigrants from Lithuania, Germany, Poland, and Russia. In 2019, Radcliffe explored both sides of his family history in Series 16 of BBC's Who Do You Think You Are? Radcliffe's parents had both acted as children. His father is a literary agent. His mother is a casting agent and was involved in several films for the BBC, including The Inspector Lunley Mysteries and Walk Away and I Stumble.
Radcliffe first expressed a desire to act at the age of 5, and in December 1999, aged 10, he made his acting debut in BBC One's televised 2-part adaptation of the Charles Dickens novel David Copperfield, portraying the title character as a young boy. He was educated at 3 independent schools for boys: Radcliffe School, a day school in Chelsea's Radcliffe Square, Sussex House School, a day school in Chelsea's Cadogan Square, and the City of London School, a day school on the north bank of the River Thames in London's financial district. Attending school became difficult for Radcliffe after the release of the first Harry Potter film, with some fellow pupils becoming hostile, though he says it was people just trying to have a crack at the kid that plays Harry Potter rather than jealousy.
As his acting career began to consume his schedule, Radcliffe continued his education through on-set tutors. He admitted he was not very good at school, considering it useless and finding the work really difficult. He achieved a grades in the 3 A-level exams that he took in 2006, but decided to take a break from education and did not go to college or university. Part of his reasoning was that he already knew he wanted to act and write, and that it would be difficult to have a normal college experience. The paparazzi, they'd love it, he told Details magazine in 2007. If there were any parties going on, they'd be tipped off as to where they were.
In 2000, producer David Heyman asked Radcliffe to audition for the role of Harry Potter for the film adaptation of Harry Potter in the Philosopher's Stone, the best-selling book by British author J.K. Rowling. Rowling had been searching for an unknown British actor to personify the character in the movie's director Chris Columbus recalled thinking, "This is what I want. This is Harry Potter," after he saw the video of the young actor in David Copperfield. 8 months later, and after several auditions, Radcliffe was selected to play the part. Rowling also endorsed the selection, stating, "I don't think Chris Columbus could have found a better Harry." Radcliffe's parents originally turned down the offer as they had been told that it would involve 6 films shot in Los Angeles. Warner Brothers instead offered Radcliffe a 2-movie contract with shooting in the UK. Radcliffe was unsure at the time if he would do any more than that.
The release of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone took place in 2001. Radcliffe received a 7-figure salary for the lead role but asserted that the fee was not that important to him. His parents chose to invest the money for him. The film was highly popular and was met with positive reviews, and critics took notice of Radcliffe. Radcliffe is the embodiment of every reader's imagination. It is wonderful to see a young hero who is so scholarly looking and filled with curiosity, and who connects with very real emotions, from solemn intelligence and the delight of discovery to deep family longing, wrote Bob Graham of the San Francisco Chronicle.
A year later, Radcliffe starred in Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets, the second installment of the series. Reviewers were positive about the lead actors' performances but had polarized opinions on the movie as a whole. The 2004 release Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban was the 3rd film in the series. Radcliffe's performance was panned by New York Times journalist A.O. Scott, who wrote that Watson had to carry him with her performance. Next was Harry Potter in the Goblet of Fire in 2005. The film was the second highest grossing Harry Potter film at that point, and Radcliffe singled out the humor as being a reason for the movie's creative success.
The future of the franchise was put into question when Radcliffe and his co-leads Emma Watson and Rupert Grint hesitated signing on to continue their roles for the final 2 episodes. However, by March 2007, Radcliffe had signed for the final films, which put an end to weeks of press speculation that he would be denied the role due to his involvement in Xmas, in which he had performed nude on stage. Radcliffe reprised his role for the 4th time in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Radcliffe stated that director David Yates and actress Imelda Stanton made Order of the Phoenix the most fun film in the series to work on. His performance earned several award nominations, and he received the 2008 National Movie Award for Best Male Performance. As his fame and the series continued, Radcliffe, Grint and Watson left imprints of their hands, feet, and wands in front of Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. In July 2009, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince was released, the series' 6th installment. Radcliffe received nominations for Best Male Performance and Global Superstar at the 2010 MTV Movie Awards.
For financial and scripting reasons, the last book was divided into 2 films shot back-to-back, which drew criticism from the series' fanbase. Radcliffe defended the split, stating that it would have been impossible to properly adapt the final novel into a single film. He added that the last movie was going to be extremely fast-paced with a lot of action, while the first part would be far more sedate, focusing on character development. He added that had they combined them, those things would not have made it to the final cut. Filming lasted for a year, concluding in June 2010.
The 2-film finale, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1 and Part 2, was released in November 2010 and July 2011 respectively. While the first part grossed $960 million, the second and final part grossed more than $1.3 billion worldwide and is, as of May 2019, the 11th highest grossing film of all time. Radcliffe, along with the film, was critically acclaimed. Anne Hornaday of The Washington Post asked, "Who could have predicted that Radcliffe, Grint, and Watson would turn out to be good actors?" Similarly, Rex Reed said, "Frankly, I'm sorry to see goat," while Rolling Stone critic Peter Travers commented on Radcliffe, "Well played, sir." Roger Ebert gave the film a highly positive review but felt that Radcliffe, Grint, and Watson were upstaged by the supporting.
Radcliffe admitted that some people would never be able to separate him from the character, but also said he is proud to be associated with this film series forever. Despite positive feelings about the movies, he has no interest in doing more Harry Potter films. After Rowling hinted about writing an 8th book, Radcliffe was asked if he would do another film, to which he replied, "Very doubtful. I think 10 years is a long time to spend with one character." Despite devoting so much time to the series, Radcliffe has asserted that he did not miss out on a childhood like other child actors. "I've been given a much better perspective on life by doing Potter."
Radcliffe made his film debut in The Tailor of Panama, an American 2001 film based on John L. Le Carre's 1996 spy novel and a moderate commercial success. In 2002 he made his stage debut as a celebrity guest in a West End theatre production of the play What I Wrote, directed by Kenneth Branagh, who also appeared with him in the second Harry Potter film. In 2007 he appeared in the film December Boys, an Australian family drama about 4 orphans that was shot in 2005 and released to theatres in mid-September 2007. Also in 2007 Radcliffe co-starred with Carey Mulligan in My Boy Jack, a television drama film shown on ITV on Remembrance Day. The film received mostly positive reviews, with several critics praising Radcliffe's performance as an 18-year-old who goes missing in action during a battle. Radcliffe stated, "For many people my age, the First World War is just a topic in a history book. But I've always been fascinated by the subject and think it's as relevant today as it ever was."
At age 17, in a bid to show people he was prepared for adult roles, he performed on stage in Peter Shaffer's play Equus at the Gielgud Theatre. The play had not been revived since its first run in 1973. Radcliffe took on the lead role as Alan Strang, a stable boy who has an obsession with horses. Advanced sales topped £1.7 million, and the role generated significant pre-opening media interest as Radcliffe appeared in a nude scene. Equus opened on February 27, 2007 and ran until June 9, 2007. Radcliffe's performance received positive reviews as critics were impressed by the nuance and depth of his against-type role. Charles Spencer of the Daily Telegraph wrote that he displays a dramatic power and an electrifying stage presence that marks a tremendous leap forward. He added, "I never thought I would find the diminutive Radcliffe a sinister figure, but as Alan Strang. There are moments when he seems genuinely scary in his rage and confusion."
The production then transferred to Broadway at the Broadhurst Theatre in September 2008, with Radcliffe still in the lead role, starring alongside his Harry Potter co-star Richard Griffiths, Kate Mulgrew, and Anna Camp. Radcliffe stated he was nervous about repeating the role on Broadway because he considered American audiences more discerning than those in London. Radcliffe's performance was nominated for a Drama Desk Award.
After voicing a character in an episode of the animated television series The Simpsons in late 2010, Radcliffe debuted as Jade Pierpont Finch in the 2011 Broadway revival How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying at the Al Hirschfeld Theatre. The role has previously been performed by Robert Morse and Matthew Broderick. Other cast members included John Larroquette, Rose Hemingway, and Mary Faber. Both the actor and production received favorable reviews, with USA Today commenting, "Radcliffe ultimately succeeds not by overshadowing his fellow cast members but by working in conscientious harmony with them, and having a blast in the process." Radcliffe's performance in the show earned him Drama Desk Award, Drama League Award, and Outer Critics Circle Award nominations. The production itself later received 9 Tony Award nominations. Radcliffe left the show on January 1, 2012.
His first post-Harry Potter project was the 2012 horror film The Woman in Black, adapted from the 1983 novel by Susan Hill. The film was released on February 3, 2012 in the United States and Canada, and was released on February 10 in the UK. Radcliffe portrays a man sent to deal with the legal matters of a mysterious woman who has just died, and soon after he begins to experience strange events and hauntings from the ghost of a woman dressed in black. He has said he was incredibly excited to be part of the film and described the script as beautifully written.
In 2013 he portrayed American poet Allen Ginsberg in the thriller drama Kill Your Darlings, directed by John Croquetas. He also starred in an Irish-Canadian romantic comedy film The F Word, directed by Michael Dowse and written by Elon Mastai, based on T.J. Daw and Michael Rinaldi's play Toothpaste and Cigars, and then he starred in an American dark fantasy horror film directed by Alexander Io Horns. Both of the films premiered at the 38th Toronto International Film Festival. In May 2013 it was reported that he would star as American reporter Jake Adelstein in Tokyo Vice.
Also in 2013 Radcliffe performed at the Noel Coward Theatre in the stage play revival of Martin McDonagh's dark comedy The Cripple of Inishmon as the lead Billy Clavin, for which he won the Once on Stage Award for Best Actor in a Play.
In 2015 Radcliffe starred as Igor in a science fiction horror film Victor Frankenstein, directed by Paul McQuiggan and written by Max Landis, which was based on contemporary adaptations of Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein. He also starred as Sam House, one of the founders of Rockstar Games, in the biographical drama film The Game Changers.
In November 2015 he joined the ensemble cast of Shane Carruth's third film The Modern Ocean alongside Anne Hathaway, Keanu Reeves, Tom Holland, Chloe Grace Moretz, Asa Butterfield, Jeff Goldblum, and Abraham Adda.
In 2016 he starred in the action-adventure film Now You See Me Too, alongside Mark Ruffalo, Jesse Eisenberg, and Woody Harrelson, playing a technological prodigy who resents magic. In 2016 Radcliffe portrayed Manny, a talkative corpse, in the indie film Swiss Army Man with Paul Dano. That same year he also starred in critically acclaimed independent film Imperium with Toni Collette and Tracy Letts. He played Nate Foster, an idealistic FBI agent who goes undercover to take down a radical white supremacy group. The film received a 84% on Rotten Tomatoes with the consensus reading. The unsettling Imperium boasts troublingly timely themes and a talented cast led by Daniel Radcliffe as an undercover FBI agent infiltrating a ring of white supremacists.
He also starred off-Broadway at the Public Theater in a documentary theater piece called Privacy, playing the role of the writer.
In 2017 he starred as Yossi Ginsburg, based on an internationally best-selling memoir of the same name by Yossi Ginsburg, and directed by Greg McLean, in the thriller Jungle. In 2018 Radcliffe portrayed a pilot smuggling drugs across borders in the independent action thriller Beast of Burden, directed by Jesper Ganslant.
Radcliffe returned to Broadway in the 90-minute comedy play The Lifespan of Effect at Studio 54 Theatre with Bobby Cannavale and Sherry Jones. The play revolves around the determined young fact-checker who goes up against his demanding editor and an unorthodox author.
In 2019 Radcliffe starred as Craig in the TBS comedy limited series Miracle Workers, based on the book by Simon Rich. He starred as Rex Dasher, a secret agent who helps Marla in the animated film Playmobil, the movie directed by Lino DeSalvo.
In early 2019 he was in Adelaide, South Australia during filming of the upcoming film Escape from Pretoria, in which he plays real-life South African escapee Jim Jenkin. He was photographed with Adelaide United football players Lachlan Brooke and Nicola Malusnik at a gym.
In 2008 Radcliffe revealed that he has a mild form of the neurological disorder developmental coordination disorder. The motor skill disorder sometimes prevents him from doing simple activities such as writing or tying his own shoelaces. "I was having a hard time at school in terms of being crap at everything with no discernible talent," Radcliffe commented. In August 2010 he stopped drinking alcohol after finding himself becoming too reliant on it.
In November 2007 Radcliffe published several poems under the pen name Jacob Gershon, a combination of his middle name and the Jewish version of his mother's maiden name Gresham, and Rubbish, an underground fashion magazine. He has a close friendship with his Harry Potter co-stars Tom Felton and Emma Watson, and is close to his family, whom he credits for keeping him grounded.
Sources disagree about Radcliffe's personal wealth. He was reported to have earned £1 million for the first Harry Potter film and around £15 million for the sixth. Radcliffe appeared on the Sunday Times Rich List in 2006, which estimated his personal fortune to be £14 million, making him one of the richest young people in the UK. In March 2009, he was ranked number 1 on the Forbes Most Valuable Young Stars list, and by April the Daily Telegraph measured his net worth at £30m, making him the 12th richest young person in the UK. Radcliffe was considered to be the richest teenager in England later that year. In February 2010 he was named the 6th highest paid Hollywood male star and placed at number 5 on Forbes' December list of Hollywood's highest grossing actors, with a film revenue of $780 million, mainly due to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows being released that year.
Radcliffe maintains a home in the West Village of Lower Manhattan in New York City. He splits his time between New York and Fulham, London. Radcliffe has been dating Erin Dark, whom he met on the set of Kill Your Darlings, since 2013. There were rumors and stories of a possible engagement in mid-2014, but Dark's father Ian Dark denied there were any such plans in December 2014.
In a 2012 interview, Radcliffe stated, "There was never faith in the house. I think of myself as being Jewish and Irish despite the fact that I'm English." He has stated, "We were Christmas tree Jews," and that he is very proud of being Jewish. In 2012, Radcliffe was quoted as saying, "I'm an atheist and a militant atheist when religion starts impacting on legislation," though in a 2009 interview he stated, "I'm very relaxed about. I don't preach my atheism, but I have a huge amount of respect for people like Richard Dawkins who do. Anything he does on television I will watch."
Radcliffe is a supporter of the Labour Party. Until 2012, Radcliffe had publicly supported the Liberal Democrats, and before the 2010 general election he endorsed Nick Clegg, the leader of the Liberal Democrats. In 2012, however, Radcliffe switched his allegiance to the Labour Party, citing disappointment with the performance of Nick Clegg and the Liberal Democrats in government and approving of the Labour leader Ed Miliband. In August 2015, Radcliffe endorsed Jeremy Corbyn's campaign in the Labour Party leadership election. He told The Big Issue, "I feel like this show of sincerity by a man who has been around long enough and stuck to his beliefs long enough that he knows them and doesn't have to be scripted is what is making people sit up and get excited. It is great."
He is a supporter of a British Republic. He is also a supporter of British unionism. When asked about the Scottish independence referendum, he said he hoped the UK would stay as it is now.
On 13 April 2006, his portrait drawn by Stuart Pearson Wright was unveiled as part of a new exhibition opening at the Royal National Theatre. It was then moved to the National Portrait Gallery.
Speaking out against homophobia, Radcliffe began filming public service announcements in 2009 for the Trevor Project, promoting awareness of gay teen suicide prevention. He first learned of the organization while working on Equus on Broadway in 2008 and has contributed financially to it. "I have always hated anybody who is not tolerant of gay men or lesbians or bisexuals. Now I am in the very fortunate position where I can actually help or do something about it," he said in a 2010 interview. In the same interview, he spoke of the importance of public figures advocating for equal rights. Radcliffe received the Trevor Project's Hero Award in 2011 for his contributions.
Radcliffe has supported various charities. He designed the CU bid for Habitat's VIP Kids range, with all the royalties from the sale of the bed going directly to his favorite charity, Demelza House Children's Hospice in Sittingbourne, Kent. Radcliffe has urged his fans to make donations to the charity's Candle for Care program in lieu of giving him Christmas presents. In 2008, he was among several celebrities who donated their old glasses to an exhibit honoring victims of the Holocaust. During the Broadway run of Equus, he auctioned off a pair of jeans and other items worn in the show for New York-based Broadway Cares/Equity Fights AIDS, and was a presenter at the 2011 Gypsy of the Year competition. He has also donated money to Get Connected UK, a London-based free confidential national helpline for troubled youth.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.